This is your daily briefing and you're most welcome to it. Peculiar one here, but I'll just throw it into the mix, see what happens. Christian Eriksen has given his consent and willingness to transfer back to Tottenham Hotspur and reunite with head coach Antonio Conte. Negotiations in progress to take the day back to Spurs this summer. And this comes from an account called Erfane 1988, which I've literally never heard of him before. What does that mean? Not a lot. But he's not a journalist. However, if you go to his Instagram account, and he's not a blue tick account either, but if you go to his Instagram account, there's lots of pictures of him with footballers. Just a bit random, but you never know. The Athletic. Bastoni news won't derail Spurs. They are willing to spend Romero money on new defender and have other options. And this comes from Jack Pitt-Brooke and James Horncastle. So, yeah, if you look at that, there you go. That's the headline there. What does that say to you? Or is it just the way I've read it? I'm like thinking, hang on a minute. We can't defer the Romero thing, can we? The money? No. But they explain it all in across a piece, which is about, I don't know, probably about 250,000, just felt like it, 2,500 words or more. And there's one paragraph here. Last summer, Paratici agreed a fee of €50 million with Atalanta for Christian Romero, which has been a triumph, and there is an acceptance at the club they would need to pay what could be described as Romero money for a left-sided equivalent again this summer.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
The Guardian, Jakob Steinberg. Aston Villa, Leeds, Tottenham are all tussling for West Ham youngster Sonny Perkins. Tottenham hope that playing in the Champions League, this comes from Gary Jacob behind his paywall in the Time. We've got a couple of bits from him. Tottenham hope that playing in the Champions League next season will swing the decision of Christian Eriksen. Peculiar, twisted, bizarre, unfathomable logic, because it didn't play any part in his decision-making process when he left us last time. And Mr. Jacob also tells us that Manchester United have turned down a Tottenham approach from Marcus Rashford. I don't believe any of that. Not a word. Bayern Munich are keeping tabs on Harry Kane, reports Alfredo Padula in Italy, which is a curious sort of geographic mess. An Italian outlet reporter looking on a situation in Germany about an English player. Yeah, Tottenham have offered a renewal to the striker. I think the latter part might be true, but I can't see Bayern Munich being all that interested in Kane. Some things just don't fit, you know. Mike McGrath, Telegraph, exclusive. Tottenham to appoint chief scout who helped rebuild the Rangers. And of course, so many people haven't looked at this. They've just aggregated it and they've gone, ooh, scout, and they've got it wrong. Pole position on the get it wrong crowd here are the last word on Spurs' dreadful podcast. Imminent Tottenham Hotspur chief scout Andy Scolding's philosophy. And this is horrible, horrible corporate speak. One of the key things for us is to make sure that we don't have a European footprint. We've got a global footprint. We are able to identify the best talent and attract them to the club. His job role at Tottenham is actually assistant performance director. Now, you won't be surprised to hear that in Levy world there is no actual performance director, but this is an internal looking position. This is like analytics. This is like those sports bras and taking the data from them and then handing it up to Paratici and Conte. That's where that role is. So this guy isn't going to be doing any much soon scouting for Spurs. Just don't see it. Sorry. Saha on his way out of Liverpool, and I despise them with most of the fibres in my being, but Liverpool are an exceptionally well-run club, and it's no surprise to see this in this morning's Mail Online. Liverpool's deal for Darwin Núñez is practically sealed, with club record fee of £85 million, including add-ons agreed with Benfica, and the star striker has said yes to the move after sorting personal terms. Succession management. It's something Tottenham really struggle with. And so we've got Hugo Lloris, who's but no beans on his last legs, but, and we're buying some kid who can't stop a ball going past him. Galini doesn't bloody work. failed to retain the services of the chap that we then let go to Fulham, who's been a success there, and now where are we? Fraser Forster coming through the door, and the same will be said for Harry Kane and for Sonny and all the rest of it, and the rest of the ageing people in the Tottenham squad just isn't good enough. But Liverpool don't mess about. They see something on the wane and they go out and they fix it. And I'll leave you with this. It's another shoulda, coulda, woulda. Villa boots, says the Sun. Manchester United are favourites to sign Pau Torres ahead of Tottenham as they prepare a 43 million transfer bid for the Villarreal defender. That's your lot for now. Good luck. Keep it Tottenham.